I work long hours. I'm currently taking up a contract term in Sydney, so I fly in, fly out. So 3 weeks in Sydney, 1 week back in Perth, which has been tough to manage for the first 3 months, but it's getting a little bit easier. So yeah, life's busy. When you find yourself in these times, your personal time and your family time becomes very, very important. So the most important thing then is to align yourself with people that can help you achieve that. And working with those that understand that, I think, is very, very important. And I believe that this is, I guess, one of Brodie's values. I received a call a few months ago from a guy called Brodie Brown, and normally I would dismiss random calls like that, but at the time I was actually looking at possibly refinancing, and what generated from a cold call on Brodie's behalf led into something a lot bigger, which the end outcome was a very satisfied customer. So originally, when I discussed with Brodie what my wife and I were looking at were some house renovations, but also potentially looking at a second property as an investment property. But after discussions with Brodie, we looked at the first option, so looking at some renovations for our house, and that's when the process began with Brodie. The difference, in my experience, in dealing with Brodie as opposed to the others that I have dealt with, is that there was just some genuine level of interest and concern for what he wanted to have the best outcome for us. I think that was probably the most significant difference. And everybody's trying to secure you the money that you require, but that's just one part of it. I think Brodie's intentions are always say, well, I can get you the money, but then how am I going to help you pay it off as fast as you possibly can? And I think that conversation doesn't happen with other lenders and brokers. I can't really compare it because there's nothing to compare against. So if I'm dealing with somebody on a larger scale, then generally it's on a 9 to 5 basis. When you're dealing with Brodie, he makes himself accessible to you at any stage and at any time. We're both very busy people. Generally for us, any contact that we needed to do or have any further discussions with Brodie, we had to do that after hours. And he certainly made himself available to us at the times that were convenient to us, understanding that we have a very busy young family, so it had to work from that aspect, and we made that quite clear, and he took that on board and he worked with us to ensure that we were able to achieve that. When you find yourself in that situation where you're looking to try and re-establish your personal finances, you're trying to do that with someone that you can feel that you can trust. And I think that's probably the most important component to start off with. From my wife's and I's perspective, Brodie would be the first phone call I would ever make now moving forward to discuss any of my financial goals, or whatever they look like. I think talking to him now is actually like picking up the phone and talking to a mate, because I think we've built a strong enough relationship now that he understands who we are, he understands a lot about us as a family, he understands now what we want to achieve, and it's natural, it just feels natural. So, you know, for Lee and I think that anything that we do from a financial aspect in terms of what that looks like for us moving forward, Brodie Brown is our man.